Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. How are ya? It's Friday Confab. I don't have my applause sign out today, but I know that in your heart, the applause is ringing. Silly Granny. I'm so silly. How you like my cup? My granddaughter gave this to me a few years ago. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. I'm so glad you're here. I hope everybody is doing okay. It's cold today. However, it is not windy. Oh my gosh. The other day, it was so windy. It was unbelievable. I guess they had gusts, they said, out at the airport up to like 50 miles an hour. My garbage can blew over. And so I had to go out and set it aright and put it someplace where it wouldn't be in direct line of the wind. I felt like I was Auntie M in The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy! Dorothy! It was really, really bad. Really bad. Where's this light coming from? Oh, I think it's coming from that window in the dining room. Hang on. I'll fix it. I tried to fix it. It wasn't coming from that window. I think it's coming. It's a glare from in here in the kitchen. It's a little better. It's a little better anyway. Oh my gosh. It was okay. It was just technical difficulties. Remember back in the day on TV, they would say, "We are experiencing technical difficulties. The scheduled programming will resume momentarily." Okay, the reason I know that is because I'm old. I'm really old. I'm so old. How do you like my necklace? My daughter gave me this years ago. She gave me this necklace. Isn't it pretty? Let me see what it looks like. And these earrings, these are, I used to love, well, I guess I still do. I always had an affinity or an affection for vintage jewelry and chunky necklaces. And so I wore them a lot. Now, I don't have pierced ears. It's just something that never appealed to me. And the fact that I enjoy vintage jewelry, things like this, especially jewelry earrings from the 60s, the 50s and the 60s. I had some pretty chunky jewelry. So I always enjoyed it. And the thing I love about winter, I really don't like winter that much, but I love the fact that I can take out my turtlenecks. I love turtlenecks. You probably didn't notice that, but I do. I love them, especially a good black turtleneck. It's just awesome. Goes with everything. So, oh, I forgot to. You got your coffee, got your tea, got your Coca-Cola. I do, I've got coffee. Isn't this a pretty color of pink? I would call this lipstick pink. That's actually what I would call it because, I don't know, that kind of reminds me of the 60s too. Oh well. As a kid, I was a big movie fan, and I loved the jewelry of the 50s and the 60s. Not really, I wasn't really into the delicate stuff, but chunky. Because what reminded me of that was when I pulled these out today, and just to show you, I was going to show you these earrings. Yes, I wear clip-on earrings, and I even still have a couple of pairs of earrings with the screw backs. Yes, I do. Well, they're pretty. I don't have pierced ears. I haven't got no tattoos. Just never had a desire to get my ears pierced. Never, ever. So, but I thought that was kind of fun. Okay, now then, let's look here. I wanted to talk for a few minutes about last Friday's Confab regarding the taboo subject Christmas gift giving and why I stopped. I want to thank all of you because your comments were all very supportive, and your comments also indicated to me that a lot of you are in the same situation or the same dilemma, and you're kind of agonizing over whether you should or you shouldn't, and everybody's situation is different. And I think that it ended up being a good forum in the comments section for people to just talk about this a little bit and kind of vent a little bit about how you're feeling. And especially now, the economy is not great, and it's difficult because the cost of things have risen so much. And those of you who are, whether you're young and on a smaller income, whether you're older, retired, whatever the case may be, situations change, and I think that it was good to talk about that. I see that particular video, which was posted 6 days ago, has been viewed almost 6,000 times, and which indicates to me that people want to talk about it. They want to make those decisions about gift giving, and not just Christmas. Consumerism, gift giving, those kind of things have gotten out of hand, I think, in a lot of ways, and it's just very hard to keep up. So I really appreciate it. One person said they quit years ago. Too much money, too much time spent on shopping. And someone said, perfect. Thank you. I need to hear that. And another person said, you're very brave to talk about this because people just don't bring this up. And I think too, it's a lot of it, they don't want to admit that they can't afford it. I didn't want to admit that it was difficult for me. I didn't want to admit that. I'm just the same. So somebody else said they're backing off this year. Someone else said, as soon as we make Christmas about us and not Jesus, we fall into the guilt trap of gift giving. Someone else said, this video was fabulous. My family doesn't buy much, if any, Christmas gifts either. So it was, and I love that you guys replied to each other and were encouraging each other, because I'm telling you, I think we need that. We need that. But I'm glad that I did that video, and I'm glad that we talked about that, for sure. Okie dokie. Now, I want to talk about my new personal challenge for the month of December. Now, some of you know I like to give myself a personal challenge, because, you know, that keeps us keeps us lively. It keeps us mentally sharp, I think. Well, it feels like that anyway. So, okay, this is my own personal challenge. Now, it's my personal challenge, okay? You guys can do whatever you like. But I am challenging myself for the month of December to spend $25 a week and try to stay within that amount, $25 a week for my grocery shop. So, why am I doing that? I am doing that because I think it's good to set parameters for yourself and try to stay within those guidelines. I think that's good discipline. And also, I want to focus on purchasing some specific things in order to build my working pantry and the freezer, etc., as well as add to, as need be, items that I have preserved. Okay, so last shop, as you know, I had my Aldi Palooza. Woohoo! And I got all those meat bargains, which was like, I don't know, it was awesome. And so I could hardly contain myself that day. It was so great. So my freezer is pretty well stocked with meats, plus what I had previously. I need to pull, rotate those out and use them. So basically what I did was I went down to the pantry in the basement. I did a bit of an inventory and also in my cupboard up here. I don't have a lot in the cabinets up here because I don't have that much room. But and I decided I'm going to fill in. When I do these $25 shops, I'm going to do some filling in of some gaps and also try to pull in some backup items that I think would be good. I made a list of regular spices that I use, such as dried onion, parsley, garlic, chili powder, paprika, red pepper, lemon pepper, cayenne, cinnamon, ginger, and what else is back here? Salt and pepper, of course. And then I made a list of condiments that I use regularly. I did not put down pickle relish because I've got quite a few 8-ounce jars of pickle relish that I canned last year. So I have plenty of that. But I did put down vinegar, oils, ketchup, mustard, mayo, pickles, olives, soy sauce, hot sauce, Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke, dressings, salad dressings, evaporated milk, pudding, probably vanilla, chocolate, whatever I can find, and cornstarch. Now, as it stands right now, I have backup of baking powder and baking soda. I may fill in with that as time goes by. I don't know. So you can let me know what you think about that list. Is there anything you think I should add to that? I was just going on what I use on a regular basis. And I did make a list of canned items. Now, these are items that I purchase and I use regularly. Now, my shelving in the basement, thank you, Mr. K, the builder of this house, and the nice gentleman that I bought this house from. He has since passed. May you rest in peace. He built those shelves down in the basement, and on those shelves, I can store canned goods, store-bought canned goods, and I can store them 4 deep and 3 high, so that gives me a dozen of each item. And I believe if you're going to have a pantry do the pantry in the amount of space that you have. Otherwise, it gets out of control and it's not good. So I try to utilize what I have and also what I can afford. So I went down and I made a list. I did that actually this morning. I made a list of items that I need to fill in as far as canned goods are concerned. So I need 9 cans. Now this is to bring it up to a dozen each, okay? I need 9 cans of potatoes. I do like the canned potatoes. 6 cans of tomatoes. They could be diced, fire roasted. I do have a lot of tomato products that were home canned. However, I do like to keep the diced canned tomatoes, the store-bought canned tomatoes. I need 1 can of peas, 1 can of carrots. That's to bring it up to a dozen. 8 cans of mixed vegetables. I need 10 cans of pork and beans. I know that seems like a lot. I don't use pork and beans a lot, but when I want them, and that's how I make the baked beans, is from the pork and beans. So I need 10 cans of those. I don't need any corn. I'm good on the evaporated milk, although, well, I probably could use a couple of more there, but I'm good there on the evaporated milk and the shelf-stable milk, which I pick up at Dollar Tree. And I would like to stock up with 3 more containers of beef broth. I always have chicken broth on hand because I'm always doing chicken for my little dog. So I always have chicken broth on hand. I've got chicken broth cubes. I've got chicken broth that is home canned. So I would rarely buy chicken broth because I never need it. I always have it on hand because of the chicken that I'm always processing. So those are basically things. These are the lists I'm going to go off of. Now, I am going to make a baking list. I do have in my bin, I have a tote. And in that tote, I do have some extra flour. I've got some extra sugar, white sugar. And I think I have, because see, I had to check it out. I think I have an extra powdered sugar and an extra brown sugar. I'm not sure about the brown sugar. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check that out. But in that tote, I keep those items and it's sealed up. I keep extra rice, beans, split peas, those kinds of things in that one tote, just the one tote. So I'll have to check that out just to make sure when I get closer to making a shopping list for baking items. But which would also include things like vanilla, any extracts I might use, and maybe baking chips, something like that. So we will see. Also, as far as the meat is concerned, I feel pretty good about that right now. And Lord knows the salmon, I have lots of salmon. I brought a can of salmon up because I'm going to make some salmon patties probably this weekend. But that's actually what I'm thinking of for my $25 per week. Now, keep in mind also that in December, we've got 5 weeks in December. So that means that I will be shopping. I usually try to do the shop on Tuesday or Wednesday, sometimes Tuesday, so that I can get my video out on Wednesday. But so the last shop I did, I showed you on the 4th, and I shopped on the 3rd. And so the next one will be the 10th or the 11th. And then on forward to the last shop would be would be the 31st. I'm reckoning it'd be the 31st of December. Which that's New Year's Eve. What? So that's my personal challenge, $25 a week. That's for grocery items. Now, if I'm out and about and I happen to really see a really good bargain, I might switch it up and maybe do baking items first, or maybe there'll be a great buy on chicken drumsticks. Well, I might have to take advantage of that for my little Sadie. But we will see. I always give myself permission for flexibility, because you got to be flexible. And I don't want to miss out on something that's a really good reduction or good sale and pass that up because I've set these stupid rules for myself. Okay, they're not stupid rules. They're guidelines. Okay. So that's my plan. Let me know what you think about it. Would you try something like this? I just think it's going to be good. And I'm going to have fun with it. And for me to have fun when I'm grocery shopping, that's like a miracle. So I'm going to have fun with it. I may have to get a little bit adventurous. I don't know. But at my age, getting adventurous at the grocery store is probably about as far as it goes. Silly Granny. I'm so silly sometimes. I make myself laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, who are you going to laugh at anyway? I don't know. So, okay. That's it for me today. My house is smelling really yummy right now because yummy. I never use that word. It's smelling delicious because I put that pork loin roast that I showed you from the freezer. I put that in the Ninja Foodie and I put it on slow cook. And the petite baby carrots my sister gave me, and remember a while back I blanched those and put them in freezer bags. I put some of those in there. The little tiny purple onions that my daughter gave me from their garden, I peeled those meticulously. I left the root on those so they wouldn't fall apart, and I put them in there. And I cut up some of those, peeled and cut some of those potatoes I got at Quick Start for 98 cents, 99 cents a pound, or 5-pound bag. That's cheap. That is a cheap, cheap meal. You want to see what it looks like? You want me to show you? Okay, hang on, I'm going to show you. Okay, what do you think? I think it looks pretty good. And you remember a while back I showed you that I had a little partial bag of frozen pork gravy. Oh, it went in there. Along with a little water, salt and pepper. And this pork loin was marinated, but the label was such, I don't know what it was marinated in, but it smelled good. So anyway, that's going to be for later on. My daughter's going to come by and we're going to have this. So what'd you think? Did it look delicious? It smells really good too. I don't know if I can wait for supper. It'll be good. And there'll be leftovers, which is really going to be nice too. So, all right. That's it for me today. I love you guys. You know I do. As always, you know that little is much when God is in it. Okay? All right. Let me know what you think. You think you want to give it a try? I know December is kind of a weird time for challenging myself. But, you know, I don't want to go crazy. It'll be fun. Let me know what you think. if you were going to do the same thing, what would you add to your list? I'd like to know. Okay? All right. I love ya. I hope you guys take care of yourself. And hopefully, if the good Lord's willing, I will be back on Monday for Let's Make Some Food. I don't know what that's going to be. I already let you see that. So, I think that's pretty nice. All right. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.